Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Peace and blessings, family. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's safe and sound. It's your brother Bunya right here with another quick hitter. Now this one's entitled War Propaganda. What is war propaganda? Alright? What is war propaganda? What is it defined as? Well, if you look up war propaganda, this is what it's defined as. It's defined as propaganda that consists of the planned use of any form of public, of mass-produced communication designed to affect the minds and emotions of a given group for a specific purpose, whether military, economic, or political. Now, how is this propaganda used? This propaganda is used or could be used to arouse the hatred of the foe, warn of the consequences of defeat, and idolize one's own war aims in order to mobilize a nation, maintain its morale, and make it fight to the end. Now, here's the thing. What am I doing with this replacement theology? Why is it important? All right? It's important to me because I recognize that our people are in a war. Right? I recognize that our people are in the war and we have been in the war. Right? And I want to mobilize and reach the minds of my people so that they are prepared to fight to the end. According to what's written in 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Right? Now, Christianity is war propaganda. What does it teach people? It teaches that the Israelites don't exist anymore, or that they've been superseded by another nation because they failed the Most High. Christianity teaches that it doesn't matter who Israelites are today, that it is more important to be a Christian than to be a part of your heritage, which is Israel. Christianity teaches and promotes hatred of Israelites through the means of lying and defaming and demonizing individuals within the belief that they are Israelites. By the means of lies, of course. One lie in particular is the Jersey City shooting. Another one is by the means of lumping us all together when atrocious acts are committed. Another is by claiming that we are racist and that we have a hatred towards not only those of other nations, but a hatred even towards our own women. All right? Now, this propaganda, it's not just aimed at those who would want to destroy us, but it's aimed even at us. All right? This propaganda is used to make us hate each other, to make us go at each other. Right? How is it possible that you have Israelites that are now saying that they're Christian? And those same Israelites have a disdain or a hatred for other Israelites that are in what we call camps. Right? So, what we are dealing with is a multifaceted religion used as war propaganda to slander and destroy the children of the Most High. I want you to take a look at something. Let me share my page. Share my screen. This is some of the things that's going into creating this lesson that's going to be put out. Right now, let me see how many pages I've done, so you guys can understand somewhat of the gravity of what I'm trying to present here. All right, so let's say I'm at page 38, and as you can look down here, hold on, let me see if I can enhance it. See if I can enhance this so you can see a little bit bigger. I don't think I can make that any larger. I can make the words, but down in your left hand corner, I'm at page 38, and as you can see, this document contains over 23,000 words. Let's get to the top. Now this is the script. This is the script of what I'm going into. I want you brothers and sisters to understand something. When I put out this video, by no means is it about entertainment. By no means is it about theatricals or any of that stuff. Will there be images? Will there be media? Yes, there will. But all for the express purpose of elevating your understanding about this thing or this propaganda within Christianity that we call replacement theology, which is also called supersessionism. This is all the information. You know, we're going to go into a list of some things that you got to ask yourself within that. We're going to talk about what replacement theology is. You know, we're going to get not just the information you see here, but things right out of their mouth telling you that these so-called church fathers that all these Christians claim to follow had a deep disdain for the Israelites, and they were anti-Shemitic people. All right? We're going to show you in this information how the very inception of Christianity was built upon those same values that these so-called church fathers had. That they had a deep disdain for Israelites. Right? We're going to talk about who are these people that's talking about it doesn't matter who you are. Who are these people holding to replacement theology? We're going to go into articles of people who wrote about various forms of replacement theology. We're going to go into the what is salvation and what it means, and do we see any change within the scriptures of who the recipients are of salvation within this work. We're going to go into the definitions of each of these words, whether it be Gentile, Greek, Jew, Israelite, church. We're going to go into all of these things, and I've already finished Greek, but we're going to go into these things and show the people how our people were Hellenized through warfare. The same way that our forefathers were changed over to Christianity when they were brought into the shores of America, those same tactics was used against our people by the Greeks. There is nothing new under the sun. We're going to go into these definitions, because when you read the scripture, you can no longer look at these words like Gentile and Greek and automatically apply them to a certain people. You're going to have to read it according to the context. Anybody that watched this video will no longer be able to see Greek or Gentile in the New Testament and say this is talking about ethnic Gentiles. Nobody will ever be able to do that if they watch this video. Not consciously. Not consciously. Anybody with a conscience won't be able to do it. When I'm done with this video and when I'm done with this lesson, but this is what I want you brothers and sisters to understand. When we drop this lesson, come with a mindset ready to learn. Come with your minds open. Come with pens and pads. Come with books. Come ready to learn. All right? A lot of times our people want to be entertained. And I know it's so much information out there and there's so many things going on that you don't have time to sit and listen to every little thing that somebody says. But I implore you, brothers and sisters, that when this lesson is dropped, that you pay close attention to it. Not for the means of being entertained, but for the means of gaining understanding. For the means of absorbing this information and being able to regurgitate it whenever someone comes at you with anything that's adverse concerning who our people are in the scriptures. Whether it's New Testament or so-called Old Testament. It's all one book. You have to, it's separated into different categories. You have the law, the Psalms, and the prophets. Then you have the testimonies and you have the epistles. All right. But they said this New and Old Testament thing, when Mashiach and them was reading the scrolls, they were scrolls. There was no New Testament. There was no Old Testament. All right. So this is the counter this war propaganda that Christianity is putting out about our people. That's what it's about. It's about tearing down their imaginations and these things that want to exalt themselves against the Most High and bringing everything into the obedience of the Mashiach. And I understand there are also some issues going on that brothers and sisters are having. Your concerns are not going unseen, and they're not going unnoticed. I want you to know that. But I also want you to know, in order for me to fulfill this completion of this work, I must, to a certain extent, put things on the back burner until this is done. You know. So I know there's a lot of information within this lesson, you know, but what I want people to be able to do is read the scriptures with a new understanding. For instance, let me grab something real quick. A lot of times we make assumptions within scripture in Christianity. You know, we make assumptions. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can type this up real quick. All right, so let's get it out of Deuteronomy 32 and 21. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. All right. Because this propaganda goes deep into the minds and the psyche of people, even in the mind and the psyche of us. You know, the picture of white Jesus, that's war propaganda. The changing of the images and all that, it's war propaganda. All right? And it's not just aimed at those who they want to be destroyed, but it's aimed at us, whom they want to destroy. So we start destroying each other from within the from the inside. But let me share my screen with you real quick. Now, here's a misconception. Right? Take a look at this scripture. because we do this a lot when it comes to scripture. We don't ask questions that's going to lead us to answers. We kind of flow with whatever we think is going on here. And it says in Deuteronomy 32 and 19. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. 32 and 19. I'll start at 20. 32 and 20. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. Now, right off the rip, right? If you ask any Israelite that who has not been privy to the same information that we're going to put out, they'll tell you that that's the heathen. All right? But all you have to do is ask simple questions. And here's the question. When has the Most High ever called any other nation not a people? When has the Most High said of Ham, he is not a people? When has the Most High said of Japheth, he is not a people? When has he said to Ishmael, he is not a people? When has he said that to anyone? And the beautiful thing about using the eSword, the beautiful thing about using the eSword is you can look up the word not a people and see where it applies, where the Most High actually says this. Right? Now, when's the first time he said it? He said it first in Deuteronomy 32. And then the second time he said it was in Deuteronomy 7 and 8. I mean, not Deuteronomy, Isaiah 7 and 8. And then it says not a people, but it's not in the same context. It's just should not a people seek. That's what it's talking about right there. So you got this one, and it says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not attained mercy, but now have attained mercy. Now let's go take a look at something. This first not a people we read. This second one is applying to someone being not a people also, right? Let's take a look at what that say. It says, for the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And with 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people. All right? Not a people. So according to this, Ephraim, which is the northern kingdom, are the only ones that were called not a people. They was the only ones, hold on, get the exact phrase. They was the only ones called not a people in Isaiah 7 and 8. Now, the reference of someone being not a people is not shown again until 1 Peter 2 and 10, where it says, but ye are chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth praises of him who have called you out of darkness. Called him out of where? Called them out of where? What are we supposed to be a light to? What does a light do? A light shines in darkness. A light shows the way in darkness. We are to be a light to the Gentiles. But what Gentiles? The Gentiles that are in darkness. All right? It says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. to be a light to the Gentiles, to be a light to them that are in the darkness. But who are those Gentiles? Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not attained mercy, but now have attained mercy. Who didn't obtain mercy? You better go and read Hosea. You better go and read Hosea, where it says that those who didn't obtain mercy would be called the children of the Most High. In the same place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living Elohim, the living God. Christianity is war propaganda. It's war propaganda, family. That's all it is. It's a means to demonize our people and to turn us against each other while other nations turn us against each other, to stunt our growth and our awakening. You better talk to the Most High, brothers and sisters. He's waking us up. With that being said, I'm going to end this quick hitter. I want to say walk in faith, walk in grace, and walk in obedience, Israel. It's been another quick hitter by your brother Bunyash. Shalom and blessings.